It's with great honor to be able to introduce you not only to a friend, but to an amazing, I call her a hero and a healer, because she is always out there helping the animals in extraordinary ways and helping our families who are in the healthcare profession find ways to support them and feel better. So without ado, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Galina Bernstein. Hello, so nice to see you. It's been a while.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'll try and live up to it.
How are
It's
you
great.
How are you doing?
Oh, everyone's it's been tough for everyone. But I can't complain too much. I have sunshine and I have some nice weather here, unlike you guys, unfortunately. So you know what? The sunshine always makes everything feel more hopeful and less serious, I guess. So yes, I've been doing well. I've been doing well, all things
So,
considered.
so to help the viewers understand exactly what's going on, how about you first of all, where are you located right now? Yeah.
So I've had quite the change of venue in the last few months since COVID has hit. So I'm actually now in Costa Rica. I'm in the Nicoya Peninsula, right at the tip, in a little town, a little fishing village called Cabuya. And I migrated here back in July to help out with a wildlife center here that was in desperate need of some support. They had no one here. So anyway, so I've been here since, and it looks like I will be here for the next few years at least, which is good. It's a great place to be, especially unfortunately in this time. It's at least a hopeful place to be.
Now, in terms of, to give the audience a little bit of background, I mean, we're dealing with extenuating circumstances with COVID right now, and lots of families are in disarray. We're trying to reinvent ourselves. Maybe you can give us a little bit of background in terms of how this is affecting, a little bit of background of who you are, first of all, because yeah, it's an extraordinary story. So we'll start with that, and then we'll kind of go into the how you're helping support the COVID situation. So a little bit of background about who you are, first of all, please. Yeah.
Sure. So I'm a veterinarian, obviously. I'm a graduate of the Ontario Veterinary College back in 2009. Previous to that, I had actually already been in the field since I was a teenager. But initially I was a veterinary technician for about 11 years until I went back to school, decided to pursue my doctor. And during that time, I guess, during my time working as a veterinary technician, and even afterwards with my time as a veterinarian, I've had great opportunities to be able to travel and help with wildlife organizations around the world before, the travel got cut off. So I've had quite a bit extensive experience with various species in general. And then a couple years after graduating as a veterinarian, working with horses, actually, I got introduced to holistic medicine. So traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, herbals, aromatherapy. So I pursued my certification as a certified veterinary acupuncturist and traditional Chinese veterinary medicine practitioner at the Chi Institute or University. It's university in Florida. So since then, I've been practicing as a holistic veterinarian. I had my own practice before COVID put a little dent in that. So yes, I've had lots of experience as far as in my profession in various species and working with various veterinarians in various capacities as well. So now, since unfortunately I had to close my practice during the COVID situation, I decided to, as many of us are finding, we've had to sort of reinvent ourselves and find other ways to, help our communities and, you know, make make a life for ourselves again, basically. So I guess part of it was coming here and really just focusing on helping with the wildlife rescue situations and helping my profession itself, because I know there's a lot happening with healthcare professionals globally at this point in time, and certainly veterinarians are not they're not exempt from what's happening with healthcare professionals in general. There's been a lot of burnout and compassion fatigue in general, and COVID certainly has not helped the situation. So now from here, I'm embracing the Pura Vida lifestyle, and I partnered with another veterinarian from Florida here who is also a mental health counselor. So we're trying to help our fellow veterinarians and technicians and other veterinary professionals to help them get through all of this mess that is happening now, to hopefully not to mitigate the burnout and the compassion fatigue as much as possible, and hopefully teach skills to help them be more resilient and bounce back once things get back to normal. And I'm hoping that they will in the next year. We're hoping that things are back to normal. This is the this is where we have to get that positive energy going. So yes, so now this is my focus. And the other part of what I'm focusing on is obviously with COVID, so many things have migrated to online formatting. So I'm trying to support pet owners as well. And by trying to, I'm developing online courses for pet owners to help support their pets through, DIY and more holistic methods that you can do at home and help support your pets. So stay tuned for that.
That's fantastic. I'm so excited. Having had your expertise in helping my wonderful kitty cats, I can attest you're an incredible healer. And I love the idea that we don't necessarily have to use medicine all the time, that there's alternatives and there's a nice combination of the two to be able to holistically heal. And what kind of services do you provide that are holistic? Because there's a lot out there, right? So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, so my focus is obviously the acupuncture. So the veterinary, the acupuncture side of it, the traditional Chinese medicine side of it. So that gets into some of the, the various plants and herbs that you can use to help with certain conditions. Certain sort of concoctions and teas that you can make, which is very popular in Chinese medicine as I'm sure some people know. So really that's my focus, as well as the aromatherapy. So essential oils have been getting a little more popular recently, and there's been a lot more research and I guess information on their use in animals. So there's a lot of information, a lot of things you can do on that side of the holistic medicine side of it. So I try and focus on those areas as much as I can. I don't really get into some of the other modalities, because also I'm trying to focus on things that I can also convey online. That's not sort of a hands-on thing that you have to go to the veterinarian for, or a holistic healer for, to have physically done. So I'm trying to focus more on things you can do at home to help your pet and deal with stress and anxiety and whatever small medical conditions that may come up, that for whatever reason, due to backlog with the way that the veterinary situation is going along these days, because there's less appointments being seen, you may not be able to get into your veterinarian within a few days. So what can you do at home in the meantime while you're waiting for that appointment? So I'm trying to focus more on the practical side of things, I guess.
It's really, really great information, because that's just exactly it, isn't it? So many people are having to wait so much longer for medical services for both themselves, their families, their animal pets, their animal family members. So it's good to know that if they're in a situation, what can they do in the meantime so that they feel like, they're supporting their loved one and give them the best care. So that's really valuable information. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
You're welcome. Sorry, I forgot to mention, I'm also certified in food therapy, in traditional Chinese medicine food therapy. So there's a lot of information on that side of it where you can do a lot with diet, even just, supplementing certain foods to help with certain conditions. There's definitely, a lot you can do with the food side of things, as I guess Aristotle, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Aristotle. He said, food is medicine, right? Let food be your medicine. So that's definitely a philosophy that I adhere to, especially down here. It's interesting, since I've been in this part of the world, it really makes you focus on especially things like what you're putting into your body, and makes you think of, oh, what's going into my pet's body as well. Because you notice, most of the stuff here, we don't have a lot of processed foods. It's mostly, stuff that's grown on farms. It's local. It's mostly fruits and vegetables, fresh fish, fresh, very fresh foods. So, and it's amazing how you see such a huge difference. This part of the world is considered a blue zone. So you really see the difference, diet makes, because, some of these people are over 100 years old and they're in great shape. And, you ask them, what do you eat? I eat rice and beans and fish.
Wow.
So there's a lot to
Oh,
be said for that, I think.
that's very inspiring, very, and perspective too, isn't it? I mean, when especially when we're talking about the Western busy society, and we wonder about all these health diseases, conditions that we have. And when you can sort of, and you've been there, you've been here, you've been out Costa Rica, you've seen the difference. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I spent some time in Europe practicing as well, and in Asia. So I've had the benefit of seeing various types of practices and various lifestyles, which is nice too. As far as, I guess it gives me a little bit of a unique perspective on these things, I guess, which hopefully I can share that experience with other people too. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, and kind of giving us, our audience, a greater perspective on the services you can provide that are online and easily accessible, even though you might be far away, which is really exciting. So thanks for sharing that.